We back. The podcast where we think we know what we're talking about, but we really don't know shit. But our guest knows shit. Our guest today knows a lot of shit. These damn technical difficulties, I swear. But JB, I'm gonna turn it over to you, man.
All right, T. What's up? Where's the rest of the all-star crew? Super producer, where you at? J.I., Big Will, there she is.
Hey, Biggs, I'm here.
What's up?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, J.I., what's happening?
What's up, brother?
Yep.
What's happening?
Hey, Jay.
Big Will, where you at, brother? Where you at? I don't see him yet. We need. There we go. Form like Voltron. T-back.
I don't think Will gonna make it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Will gonna make it. But man, let's jump right into our guest, man. Let me sign back out of here. But you go ahead, take it, JB.
All right, our special guest tonight, the one, the only Lemuel Stinson from your Chicago Bears. Yeah.
What's up, baby? What's up?
What's
am I too loud over here?
What's going on?
Am I too loud over here?
No,
you good.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh man, it's all good.
Okay, I got a little. I do an event on Tuesday, every Tuesday, and I wish I could turn the camera around. I probably can. But here's everybody in my event. We do every Tuesday. It's Cigar Social, Lemonhead Cigar Social. I had to do that, because Lemonhead. So
right.
My people. Hey, y'all get away! They say how y'all doing out there?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Where is this social at, man? Every Tuesday, where you located?
We're in Houston, man.
Oh, okay.
And we're in Houston. We do a social event every cigar social. So everybody smokes cigars and having a time. So we got our cigars blowing and everybody enjoying and having a good time, just fellowshipping and everything. And it helps me remember, with that CTE out there, you got to remember all your classmates. I try to remember guys that played with me. I got my boy.
Right, there you go.
I stay featuring right here with me, play with the Kansas City Chiefs. And my boy Doc played with the 49ers. And, we just got everybody out here just hanging out.
Okay. Welcome.
How y'all doing?
Welcome to the show.
Hey, man. Hey, take no lies. Some of y'all throw it down. Feeling ashamed over there. They say y'all turn it out.
Sure, we gonna try. Hey, Lemuel, we gonna dive right into it, man. What's going on with our Chicago Bears, man? What's up with the beloved? We not looking too sharp nowadays. Can you hear me? Your connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. I had said, what's going on with the beloved, man? What's going on with the Bears? We looking a little shaky nowadays.
Yeah, man. To me, I sure wish they got Russell Wilson. I'd have gave the whole house of Russell Wilson right now because I think that he's a good quarterback. He know how to make things happen. He's a white kid, and he knows what's going on. And he can make the receivers better, the running backs better, and the offensive line better. But I don't know exactly how it's going to happen. But I'm pretty sure those guys are going to try to make sure everything happens good for them.
Right. So do you think it's a management issue, or is it even back when you played? Is that just that's how they are? That's how the Bears are.
But the Bears, they know they're not going to bring in. Them guys are going to bring in somebody that's going to play for his the management. Management is going to make sure they make all the moves. 9 times the team was there, Mike they're going to make a lot of decisions. And the difference is Mike Dicker made the decisions, and he was strong and forceful, which was a good guy. Nowadays, he's getting old and senile, so we were worried about him. But now you got Ted Phillips They got the other guy. I don't know the other general manager, but I think Ted Phillips doing what he's doing and make sure everything go on.
Right. Well, we just trying to make sure it's not a you know how it is where no matter you have the new regime, but it's the same story over and over and over. Because as Bears fans, that's what it's looking like. Everything from not getting the top 10 passing on true talent, you know, not bolstering our defense or wearing out our defense, which I know you know a lot about. You know, the defense can only do so much. And once you guys get worn out, we need the offense to help. Speak about that a little bit.
Well, you know, defensively, you know, back then when we was playing, you know, with Freed, Richard Den, and Steve McMichael and those guys, Mike Singletary, we stayed on the field a long time, but you know that they weren't going to score no more than 9 or 10, 17 points a game. And with the defense now, they throw the ball so much. I wish I was in it at this time because I get more interceptions. They didn't like throw it my way, but the deal is, I think that the defense is tied. You know, the guys need to get a little better in the secondary. Like our front line is good defensively, but offensively it's kind of tough because offensively they're not scoring, they're not putting up the points, and
Right.
you have to have a good quarterback to try to do that.
Absolutely, and we just hate that we keep passing on them.
We passed on a whole lot of quarterbacks.
A lot. A little fun fact for you fans out there that you may not know. Your secondary consisted of you, Donnell Wolford, Sean Gale, and a rookie Mark Carrier, right? Can you hear me?
Mark Carrier?
Yeah, I said your secondary was
Donnell Wolford,
Mark Carrier, and Sean Gale. Did you know that your starting
of the high ground?
Yes. Your secondary actually had more interceptions than the 85 Bears secondary. A lot of people don't know that.
Well, you know, when we look at it, and I'm going to tell you a story about that. You know, when we went into that, my secondary that played in their secondary play, them guys was beasts. They balled out. Take nothing away from the 85 Bears. But in the secondary, our numbers were better than those guys. So I'm proud to say that we did a good job down there in Chicago in the secondary. You know, because, like I say, if you throw my way, you throw Mark Carey's going to knock you out. He's one of the best young safeties ever come and play in the league, and he learned fast. You know, and Sean Gale will hit you, and Donnell Wolford was a hitter, and you know we all hit. If we didn't hit, Mike Dicker would have got rid of us. So we made sure we hit and we intercept and we tackle.
Absolutely. I'll never forget that 1990 season, man. One of my favorites. You had 6 interceptions early on. They stopped throwing your way, and then they started throwing this teams. And Mark Hilliard had 10 as a rookie.
What? And I got hurt like in the Atlanta game. I tore my knee. I tore my knee in Denver game against John Elway. One of the little three amigos said, "Hey, he caught an outright on me." I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna pick the next play," and he ran a slant, and I broke on it, and I left my knee in the ground, turned around, and it popped. And it kind of hurt me that time because I was leading the league in interceptions.
Yep, you sure were. I remember it, man. Like I said, that to me, that was one of the greatest complete secondaries of the NFL. A lot of people don't give you enough credit, but there was nowhere either you was gonna get picked or y'all was gonna get hit. That's the way y'all played. I like that.
And you know the main thing was we used to warm up and we used to run by the receivers and we say, man, we got enough picks, man. Let's just knock. They come across me, let's just knock them out. Chris Carter and then they look over at us. They be looking at like, what they talking about? Knock them out. Now we ain't going for no picks, but really we want to go for the picks. But hey, you come across that middle, we gonna blast you.
There it is. That's real football. Real quick, I want to bring somebody in. Go on and bring Terrence in. T. Nick, where you at? I thought he was there. There he is.
There he is.
All right. Welcome to
the show. What's happening, man?
I wanted to introduce you so bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I get it.
Because you was one of my favorite corners when I was in high school, right before I went to college. Oh my God, man, I'm so excited that you're here on the show, man. But one thing I want to say,
thank you, man.
One thing I want to ask you, why they call you Lemonhead?
Well, I tell you what, when I got to Chicago, they couldn't say Lemuel. They always say Lemuel. man, and Mike Digger used to mess my name up so bad, and Coach of the Rules, I think is the back. He said, you know what? I'm just gonna call you Lemonhead. I said, okay. I mean, I was trying to make a team. I was trying to stay on the team, so I don't care what you call me. Right. He said, I'm gonna do what I need to do. So I went. He called me Lemonhead, and from then it stuck on. For Roy Penn Candy Company was sponsored the name of Lemonhead, and I was a Chicago kid, so you know. I love Chicago. Chicago is one of the best cities around to play football in. If you never played football in Chicago, you know it's tough because all other cities they're a little different. But Chicago fans, they love you, and I love them.
So I was like, I'm not gonna call that man Lemonhead because I was thinking, when I was younger, if someone called me Lemonhead, I would say, "Yo, mama, Lemonhead." But hey, I mean, that's your nickname. You know, we love you anyway, so we gonna call you whatever you want us to call you. That's what we.
You call me Lemonhead. You call me Lemonhead because that's my trade name. That's what everybody call me, and I don't have no problem with it. Because you know, it made me a lot of money.
I ain't Lemonhead. I ain't got no money, but I ain't Lemonhead.
Hey, I love the candy. I used to give it away for Christmas. Bring the candy home and give people away candy for Christmas. Halloween, I had Lemonheads for them. Hey, you know they're good.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you in the league for 5 years?
I was in the league for 6. I was in Chicago for 5 and a half. Left and went to Atlanta for 2 years.
For 2 years, right?
And then I went to Toronto, and then I went to got cut in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So as a total, I'm pretty 6 seasons in the league.
Okay. And how many did you play? How many games did you play in Atlanta?
I played maybe 6 games in Atlanta.
Okay.
Because I had to get 3 seasons. You know, you had to get 3 seasons. At that time, we had to get 6 seasons for our credit
for your pension
years in our pension and stuff. Yeah.
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So this
2.5, 3.
One more thing I want to ask real quick. You had a guarantee that you were going to pick when you all played Atlanta. You made a guarantee that you were going to make what? Like 2 picks in that game. And you did it. Was it really that easy for you to just say, all right, I'm about to pick 2 and just do it?
Well, then you know what? It's always 2 picks in the game you'll get. You get those 2 picks and you'll be cool. You get them because they're there. But most guys don't go for them. And with Mike Singletary, he taught me how to look at film. And when I looked at film, he said, look at it like you're looking at a rerun. So if you're looking at Sanford and Son, look at the film like that and you start seeing what teams do. So I never was playing receiver. I played special receiver, Sturgis, out there, Andy Carter, Chris Carter, Mark Carey for Tampa. Those were great receivers. And the deal was is that you had to understand what they do to the coordinator. So once you look at the coordinator, that's how you play the game. What he's going to do, it don't matter about the players on the field. It matters what that coordinator's trying to do to you. So when you get that down, you kind of average the picks. But I knew I can get 2 picks a game. And another game, I mean, I remember so funny. Dion, it was so crazy. Because Dion's a great guy. Before we beefed before the game, that whole time before the game, and Dion came out and called me in the locker room. So I thought something was wrong because my grandmother was in Houston, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And he said, "It's prime time." Dion said, "I said, ooh, prime time." He said, "Lemuel Stinson." He mentioned my name up, so you know we started going over everything and talking to each other. At that time, you know, I'm from Houston, he's from Florida, so you understand, Texas so big, we've been Florida now. Backyard. Not nothing wrong with the Florida guys, but they can ball. But you know, at that time, I'm not the one out, so I'm gonna be hard like represent the H-Town, in Texas. So Dion's great guy, man. He's one of the best defensive backs ever to play. He might not hit nobody, he'll intercept on him, but he ain't gonna hit nobody.
Right.
But he's great. I love what he's doing in the college thing right now. Because he's bringing more what I want to say, atmosphere to what's going on in game. So he's letting them see those guys out there now that can ball and play. The kid that played against us last week, he's a beast. Should be a first round draft choice.
Okay.
The quarterback, you mean?
Go look out
the quarterback,
for
you say?
Glass. Yeah, he should be a first round draft choice. He should be in the top 10. He should go early in the draft. He's the next McNair that's coming out of the Black College HBCUs.
Okay. Definitely gonna look.
So watch out for him because he got an arm and he's smart.
Hey.
I saw a little bit of him. He kind of remind me of, like you said, a little bit of McNair, a little Warren Moonish. He got a cannon too.
Oh yeah, he can throw that rock. Warren Moon. He throw it like Warren Moon, McNair, and don't forget Randall Cunningham was a beast.
Yes, sir. Yep. So, Lemuel, let me ask you this: how do you feel about losing Kyle Fuller, and how do you feel about making Jalen Johnson our number one?
They're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna do what they have to do. It'll be okay. You just gotta keep working. I think the coaching staff has to step up. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the players can do a good job. I think the coaching staff has to step up and do what they need to do and handle their business. Because if they don't, then it's gonna be a problem. Hey, I'm on a podcast right here. Can you not climb over the rail? I'm over here with these guys in Chicago. Hey, that was a running back in name, David Doodle.
What's up, Dave?
What's up, man? Can you not climb over the rail, please?
Yeah, he's showing all his cheeks over the rail. Something wrong with it. Sorry about that, guy.
I got a question for you. As a defensive back, how important is it to get a good pass rush? How important is that to your game?
Oh, it's always important. I mean, I had the best pass rusher in the game, Richard Dent.
Mm-hmm.
No, I tell everybody, Richard Dent, Al Harris, and Dan Hampton, and those guys. Man, I mean, when they go to the ball, I was in the play. We was playing Miami Dolphins, and Marino said something. And you guys will remember it. Back in the day, Marino said, "Blue 88." He started calling the signals. Mike Singletary said, "Whoa, right here. Move over, see." Then he said, check. Marino said something. He said, check. Watch the slant. Play inside. I say, okay, I'm going to look at this time. And then next time he looked up, Richard said, ho. Mike said, ho. Going down the middle. Marino said, time out. He said, Mike, I don't know what he said. But I playbook. I said, what? I say, this is some serious shit going on right now. So I was like, man, Mike Singletary, they were really smart. Richard did come out that edge. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Man, that's what's up. Them the good old days too, man. Just turning it on.
Oh yeah, we love it.
Watching y'all pop.
I like Mac too, man. I like Mac. I think he's gonna be a good player, and hopefully everything goes right. Chicago just got to get back to that old down dirty football and playing the black and blue division and doing what they're doing.
It's so soft now. You can't touch nobody. If you sneeze on them, that's a personal foul.
Oh no, you can't. Oh, every time you look, they got a 15-yard penalty for blowing them up over the middle. I'll be like, oh, good shot. Next thing I look up and see, I like, man, 20 yards, 15 yards, 5 yards. I like, man, it's crazy. They might as well put some flags on them and pull the flags.
Flag football, right?
Flag football, yeah. Flag football. For him, no, just in case they get hit.
That's almost what we're looking at. Man, Lemuel, break something down for us, man. We got some people in the audience shouting out. Shout out to Bullets and everything. Right. They want to ask you, are you interested in any coaching? Because we need some defensive back coaches. We need some help in the secondary.
I would love to be a defensive coordinator. I mean, my time coming through, I was a defense coordinator for the last so many years, and then I retired at defense coordinator position. But defensively, you want to talk. Mainly when you talk in defense, it's talking to the kids and letting them know what's going on. A lot of these coaches want to show these footwork drills and this technique drills. It's okay and it's good, but you really want to show what's going on in their mind. Because football is 95% mental and 5% physical. Especially the way they can go now. But you want to make sure that you can think and understand what the is trying to do to you. That's the reason the coordinator, looking at the coordinators, go to their pastry, look at the plays they've been doing through the years. So most offense coordinators, they run the same thing. They go from one team to another team, and we haven't recycled no new coaches. We need some more new coaches. We need some more black coaches in the league, black coaches and black owners.
Absolutely,
it's just not happening. I remember Walter Payton. He told me personally, he had an investment group to buy an NFL team. He wanted an NFL team, and he's going to put it, I think, in St. Louis at that time, but they canceled that. So we just need some black owners.
So
we need everybody jumping in there.
Are you saying they blocked Walter Payton?
Oh yeah, Walter didn't come in. Just think about it. Right now we can put it. Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, any of these billionaires, they can put together an investment group to put a team in the league, but they got to be voted on by NFL owners. So if the owners don't want them in there, then how we gonna get in? And if we get back in, as soon as something go wrong, they get those guys out. But they don't get it. Lovie Smith never should have left Chicago.
Agreed.
To me, because I thought that defensively he had everything in check, and offensively he had the guys to come in and do offense. But that's just the way it is, the way it worked.
Right, because we know they play the political game, the policy game, and everything like that. So I was looking at when you said the name Walter Payton, I'm like, shoot, that's man of the year every year. You gonna stop him from ownership? Like, that's crazy. But then I noticed, like, they pick the minorities they want. Like, Jacksonville has a minority owner of Indian descent, I believe, or Arabic descent, I believe, before a brother got in. Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and it's happening 24/7. Like I say, we got teams. They put teams in for them to play, but I just think that we need more black owners. We need more black head coaches, and we need to balance it out. Because if you look at the league, and don't get me wrong, I've never been. My grandmother always taught me this here: you treat a person how a person treats you. Never treat a person by the color of their skin. Because if you treat a person by the color of their skin, then you have a problem. It's a problem with you. So my grandmother always told me that. And when I said, when I see the league, there's not a lot of black coaches. You get young coaches out there that are primarily white coaches and coaching the brothers that are out there. And there's some brothers out there that need different type of talking to, different type of understanding. But don't get me wrong, there are some great coaches in the league. There are great coaches in the league. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that those coaches are not good. I'm just saying that we need more of us in the league at leadership positions, general managers, head coaches, owners, in a personnel office. That's just plain and simple.
Absolutely. I agree. Irv, jump in. I think you want to say something.
Most definitely. Lemonhead, I want to shift gears for one quick second and ask you, were there any teams that you really, got up to play? Like right now, it's always Bears, Packers. But was there any team that you couldn't wait, chomping at the bit to get to?
I couldn't wait to play the Green Bay Packers because my boy Sterling Sharp was the guy, and if I'm covering him, he'll make a play on me, I'll make a play on him. But he was one of the best receivers ever to play. He should be in the Hall of Fame. But he's one of the best receivers ever to play the game with Sterling Sharp. And when I look at Jerry Rice, I look at Sterling. And if Sterling never got hurt, you've seen some of the most exciting player ever to play the game because he was strong, big, compact, and he'll run. I walked up on Sterling one day to run, and me and Sterling go way back in Senior Bowl. We played against each other in Senior Bowl because that's really why I think I got drafted because I was 155 pounds. So when Sterling was a big guy, yeah, I was little. I was small. Now I'm kind of a little thick. I wish I had this size when I was playing. Sterling Sharp, yeah, I wouldn't be so hurt. I got to have shoulder surgery here soon and back. It's the whole surgery. Don't worry about that. But Sterling Sharp was the type of guy that you had to prepare for because if you don't, he's going to beat you down.
Oh. You mentioned the Senior Bowl. Is that a big? That's the game. It's in Mobile, right?
Yeah, that's in Mobile, Alabama. And you know what's so crazy? When I was a senior in college, I was coming out. They said, "Oh, you're going to get drafted. You're going to do this here And I just moved defensive back. I played receiver all my life, and I moved defensive back my last year. And Sterling Sharp was in that Senior Bowl, so my agent got me in the Senior Bowl as a last minute come in. So when I came in, every time Sterling went, they put him against me because they wanted to really see what I can do, how I can down, playing with him, knocking the ball down, running with him and everything. So Sterling was the number one guy coming out. So I guess they seen that and said, this guy need to be drafted. And my agent came back and said, hey, you going in the second round. So I went in the 6th round out of 12. And next, I lay down looking at TV, looking at the draft at 5 o'clock. I mean, the 5th round went through. I didn't get drafted. I said, man, I got to go back to school and talk to these teachers so I make sure I get my grades because I was missing some classes and things.
Oh man.
Then Bill Tolman called me and said, you're drafted by the Chicago Bears.
Okay. You mentioned playing receiver your entire career into the last year. How was that transition? Was it seamless? Did you just kind of just fall into it, or did it take a little time?
Well, no, my last year of high school, the last game, man, a fast receiver named Patrick Overshawn, and he was one of the best receivers in the league at that time. And my coach said, hey, wherever he go, you go. Wherever he do, you do. So that my senior year, I covered him and locked him down, and he didn't catch no passes. So come my senior year in college, Spike Dyke said, we want you to go and practice DB for the beginning of practice, and then you go back to receiver at the end of practice. So when I went over there, I was locking them down. Man, I'm laughing at fun because I know I can do it. And then the next practice I win again, and the next practice I win again. I said, Coach, I got to go receiver because I love receiver. I love receiver. And Coach said, why don't you stay over there at corner? And then Coach Van Zandt said, Lemuel, if you want to start and play right now and stay on the field the whole time, you need to play DB. If not, you're going to go over there, you're going to be back, you're going to be all the receivers going in. I rotate, you'll never be on the field. And I looked at him, and I went on to stay that defensive back. And after that, I became limited.
Hey, that's a great story. That can be definitely inspirational to some players who might have an idea they want to play one position, but you know the natural skill set, and it makes sense. Hey, you came in. Yeah. We wouldn't have had it any other way. 88, 89, 90. That was Neil Anderson, right? With you guys? That was Neil Anderson with the Bears.
Yeah, Neil Anderson with the back. Neil Anderson was our running back. Neil Anderson was probably one of the best. Walter Payton told me that Neil Anderson will run just like he did, and Neil was a hard runner. I mean, and we always used to mess with him because he's from Florida, and he always talk about oranges. So every time he say something about oranges, Neil Anderson ran hard. I only seen Neil Anderson, him and Ronnie Lott collide one time. Woo, boom, in the NFC Championship game, and both of them went down. And they sitting there, I said, Fred Cato, come on here. Something wrong with Neil. And then Ronnie Lott was laying over there on the ground, hurt too. I like oh, they had it was cold too, snow on the ground and everything.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's I remember that. I remember going from Peyton to Anderson.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, we had Brad Mustard too.
Brad Mustard
was the fullback.
Yeah, Brad Mustard was the fullback.
Ultra back. I remember that. Yeah, I remember big.
Oh yeah, Brad was a big back.
Now let me test my memory. Was it Ron Morris and was it Wendell Davis?
Yep.
Okay.
Ron Morris and Wendell Davis was the receivers. Dan Kozlowski, Dennis Gentry. You know, those were the 5 guys. And when you get where you got Dennis Gentry was the best route runner, you can think about. Ron Morris was the whole good guy, and Wendell Davis had all the catching and good.
Right.
Kozlowski would hit you on the crack back and put you to sleep. So you had to watch those guys, you know. Brad Mustard, a funny story about Brad Mustard, we was rookies, and we had the rookie workout, and Brad took out, and he ran a sweep, and he came on and hit me. So I said, the only way I'm making make sure I hit. I hit Brad Mustard right in the chest. Boom, stood him up. And when I stood him up, I fell about 10 yards back going the other way. He stood up and looked at me like, "Whoa, good hit." I say, "You hit me."
Right.
Hey, I want to bring in another guy who I'm sure he has a lot of questions for you, Lemonhead.
All right, no problem.
There's our guy Will, Big Will. He's really not from Chicago, but we gonna pretend like he is.
Come on,
okay.
man. I'm born and raised in Chicago, baby. Don't do that to me.
He's not even a Bears fan.
Don't do that to me.
Hey, he got that the grown man bit on.
Yeah, see, I let it all grow out this week because Ronald Isaac got on the brand and made it sexy this week. So I said I'm gonna go ahead and show my grade.
We can't hear you. We can barely hear you.
I said I'm gonna go ahead and show my grade this week because Ron Isaac made it sexy this week.
Oh, he made it sexy.
Yeah, Ron Isaac made it sexy. He had a great year, so I went on stepped up my game.
Oh, okay. Your mic is going in and out.
Oh no, man, we just having all types of
problems. Man, we having all kinds of connection problems tonight, man.
Nightmare tonight.
Yeah.
But we gonna make it happen though, for real. That's what's up.
Make it happen.
Lemuel.
I'm good.
Lemuel, I got a quick question for you.
Huh?
Do you think the way the NFL is trending now that we will ever get back to the time where it can be a little bit more physical? You mentioned about it, and I've heard it before, like they might as well put flags on the guy. Do you think at some point in time before it gets to that, they'll ever get back to, that physicality where receivers really had some fear running across the middle?
No, right now I don't think that the boom, how that music, there goes the boom, those hits right.
Yeah.
I don't see none of those no more. Only because hit like that and they won't hit like that. So, I think they want to see more points on the board. And see if they see points on the board, I think that's what the fans want to see, points on the board. But you get a good defense that'll lock you down and not play, then there is a great defense. Like I say, the 85 Bears team probably was the best team ever to play in the West Coast. So we're gonna move up because we're about to get wet over here.
Okay.
Maybe your connection will be better.
Right, thank you. Yeah, I had to move up. We sit on the patio and they rain's coming through. But yeah, I think we'll never get back to the hit, never get back to the tearing up, knocking people out and stuff like that. I don't think that'll come back. You're gonna get some good hits, quarterbacks gonna get some good hits, but not really the physicality that we had back then.
Right, we yearn for them old days, man. We miss it. We truly miss it.
Yeah.
Lemuel, I gotta be the one to do this. We spoke to a gentleman. We spoke to one of your brethren last week, Dennis McKinnon. I'm sure you're familiar with Dennis Silky D.
Silky D.
Yes.
Silky D.
And when I tell you he kept it all the way 100% real, man, I gotta ask you. We were none too pleased about how the Bears treated Silky D. How do the Bears treat Lemonhead nowadays?
Well, now, I mean,
let him speak on it, boy. Come on.
The McCaskies, don't get me wrong. The McCaskies, if hold up 1 second, guys. They over here pulling me around because everything ain't raining over here. We in Texas, we get rain, sleet, snow, and all in one day one time. But really, I think that they treat me fine. I love the McCaskies because Ed McCaskey, Virginia McCaskey, and those guys were very nice to my grandmother when we came down. We was in Chicago. My grandmother come to the field, and they sat in the stands, and they made sure she's taken care of and everything like that. So I was pretty proud of how they treated my family. When I go in town and I do something, I think they're very, very good. For ownership, I think they're pretty good to me. But I mean, I don't make no money off of them. I don't make no money doing anything for them. but I do know that I give me a lot of respect.
Okay, so everybody looks like everybody has a different story.
Huh?
I said it looks like everybody has a different story then, because you're pretty
Yeah,
cool with how they treat you.
Some people are upset on the way that they did certain things. I wasn't that. I was the player that stepped on the field, and I was a fan favorite. So I didn't get in a lot of. I didn't get in a lot of trouble. I didn't do a lot. I mean, I went to Chick Rick's and hang out. Y'all know Chick Rick's, huh?
Chick
Back in the day.
Rick's.
The night
Night
club,
we go hang out and have a good time. But I used to hang out on 9th and Morgan. Yeah.
90th and Morgan.
Outside.
Hey, my boy Mickey Pruitt was down there. Mickey Pruitt was from Chicago.
Oh,
So he showed us around Chicago.
Mickey Pruitt was from Chicago.
Yeah, Mickey Man Dog Pruitt.
Yeah,
and everybody had, Mickey had that Mickey Mad Dog. He's a good linebacker, and he showed us around in Chicago. So we had a good time in Chicago by him showing us around and everything, and we had a good time. And that's how I knew the city. So I hung out in. I guess I tell everybody I hung out in the hood because I have no problem with people in the hood. Because we all hung out, have a good time, and I go play football. And when I get done, I'm hanging out with the fellas and having a good time because I'm from the hood in Houston. So it's just the way we live and the life we live.
Right.
Okay.
Cool. I got another hard question for you.
Go on, kid, tell me.
Come on now. That's what I do. How was that transition going from Dicker to Wanstead?
Oh my God! Wanstead was, Wanstead came. Now Wanstead wanted to make some decisions. He brought a DB in from Cleveland, Blaylock. Now at that time, I really wanted a lot of money. I just wanted enough money to make sure I do what I needed to do and take care of my family and things like that. But he brought Blaylock in. And Blaylock was okay going. He played all right down there, but Wanstead was a zone type man defense. And when we played in Chicago, we locked down man. We played zone. We had to play with our minds and understand what's going on. He had a system set up. We knew the system and played the system, but he did not know me as a person. Dicker knew me and knew what my heart was because when I tore up my knee, I asked Dick, I said, listen, my mom passed away when I was 8. My dad passed away. Hey, as a man figure in my life was my coaches from high school. So Dick was that next person. I said, hey, coach, what you think I need to do? And he say, son, get healthy. And you get healthy and you'll be okay. So that's the difference between Wanstead didn't know me, Dicker knew me. But Wanstead wasn't a bad coach because Dallas had just came back from winning the championship and all that other good stuff. So don't get me wrong, I think he's pretty good as a coach, but he didn't know me. He just was. Wanstead would tell you something, you'll be looking back like, hey, he just lied to me. And then you just like, Dicker wouldn't have did that. So Dicker gonna tell you straightforward. Hey, you playing like shit. Oh, excuse me, I can't cuss on him. So,
yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
But Dicker will come to you and say, hey, listen, you playing like shit. If you don't pick it up, I'm gonna take your ass out of the game. And I remember a game vaguely, we played the Detroit Lions. And they had a pattern with their coordinators. And they run out a slant, a curl, out a slant, a curl. They walking down the field, and I say, I'm gonna pick it. I read him and I picked it. Before I picked out my Dicker say, I'm gonna take out the game because they passing the ball over and Stitch, you're not doing your job. So the next play I picked it off, and I'm going down the sideline, and I looked at Dick, and he trying to hop and run, and Bears trying to hit me with an elbow about 30, 40 yards down the field, got another 50-yard penalty, and then I gave the ball, I went to the sideline, and Dick said, you better have to pick that out, because if you would have picked it, I'll take you out the next play. I said, oh, for real, Come on, coach. But, he's a good guy.
The coach.
He just have his times.
That's
and a lot of people might not like Dicker. They might not like Dicker, but the only thing I liked about Dicker was straightforward, tell you how it is, and you know where you're coming from. And that's all the player want is somebody to know where they're coming from. And all this little bullshit around the line that Yeah, you need to do this to get better. Now, niggas say, hey, if you don't do this here, you out of there.
Facts. That's how we need it. That's how we like it.
That's how you got to be.
That's Chicago.
We had Chris Zorich on here maybe several months ago. We had Chris Zorich on. He said Dave Wannstedt was the worst coach he ever had. So to hear you say Dave Wannstedt is okay, I got to think, are you being politically correct? Or do you really want to say he was a terrible coach?
You didn't catch me when I said he was a good coach because he played with the Cowboys and they won. But for us as Bears, he wasn't a coach for us.
Right.
Okay.
Bears had somebody like Mike Dicker because he had hard heads. He had guys that didn't care and wanted to play football, and that was it. We weren't about finessing. We was about knocking somebody out, making sure that all our job was is to make sure that the next quarterback come in the game. That was our job. Pick him off, Mike Singletary, tear him off, and that was it. But yeah, if you come to the Mike Dicker and Wannstedt, there's no way. Mike Dicker, hands down, Mike Dicker was a better coach than Wannstedt.
I was shocked he got.
I can't say I didn't like Wannstedt because I think Wannstedt was a good coach, but not for us as Chicago.
Right.
Good answer.
Hey, come on, T. Nick, you trying to get him in trouble? That's fair. Lemuel, that's
He retired now. He can't get in trouble.
And that's very fair. When coach comes in, it's going to be a little bit of a transition, and you following a legend. You following the Chicago legend. Can you imagine? I couldn't imagine anybody coming in and being received very well. So what you wanted to bash the guy?
I got one guy that could have did it. Buddy Ryan could have did it. Buddy Ryan could have did it.
Buddy Ryan and Dicker. Hey, I love Buddy Ryan. Buddy Ryan told me when right before we got drafted, he got the job in Philadelphia. He said, Stinson, I'll make it you for Eric Everett. And Eric Everett played 4 years of defensive back at Texas Tech. He ended up getting Eric Everett. And then when he see me later on down the line, I said, hey, man, I should have got you. He said, but you didn't do too well on the test that we gave you. I said, Coach, I wasn't worried about testing. I was worried about you should worry about the so I say, about anything I need to do on the test, because but I think he's a great coach. I wish I'd have had a chance to on his defense because he's a guy that's going to. I coach like him. I think I played like he wanted me to play, but I never got the opportunity to play up under Coach Ryan.
Yep. God bless him. Prayers up to Coach Ryan. I just love that mess, that fire. That real man. Love our coach. So what you think about Matt Nagy, man? Is he a Bears coach?
I think McNally needs to sit back and do what he do best. Either call offense and play what he do, play the game like he see it, or he need to leave Chicago. In Chicago, our family in Chicago, my fans in Chicago, they want to win. I'm tired of I got Green Bay fans in Houston. They talk noise to me all the time. I'm tired of hearing that. I tell them every time we down there, we put something on them. But
yes, you did.
The Green Bay game, he needs to step his game up in coaching and do what he need to do. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's not a good coach because he earned the right to get in the position and do what he need to do. But just do your job. Win. All it is about the W's. If you don't get the W's, you can't do nothing. The W's is gonna count. I don't care if you win 9-8. That's how I count. That's how I go.
Good. That's great philosophy right there. Great thinking. Yep. My man Bullet's back. He said, "Preach, Lemuel. You got some fans out here that you didn't know."
What up, baby? What up? Much love, my Chi-Town, baby. Much love, I love y'all. I love my Chi-Town.
You got a lot of fans from another podcast you did called Keeping It 100 with Dr. Phil and the Smartest Man Shane.
Yeah.
They wanted to come see Lemonhead.
Come on, guys, man. They won. I was really chilling because I really didn't do much. When you finish your career, you have a lot of injuries, going through that and headaches and stuff like that. But like I say, there's a lot of things going on in our career and everything. But those guys kind of brought me back to saying, hey, be limited, do you? And when going out there being limited, I talked on them guys' podcast, and I call in, talk to Phil. He told me a story. He won some money on me, so I still need 10%.
Hey, Lemuel, I got to read this from one of our fans. She's actually my mom. My mom said,
"Oh, hey, Mom, how you doing?"
She's listening. She said, "Why did you stop being a defensive coordinator, and why don't you try for the Bears, because we need some help?"
Nah, tell Mom, if I hit somebody now, I might knock myself out. I'll probably pull a hamstring if I turn 6 steps right now.
Oh, no, she meant coaching. She said coaching.
Oh, coaching. Oh, I love to be a coach in the system of Chicago. It's just that, if the opportunity presents itself, I would love to do that. I never approached and talked about it or anything like that. Because I look at the game, I love the players that are playing on the field. But, you got a lot of guys that I think for defensive backs, I think they need to just understand the game a little more.
Okay.
They're good athletes. They just got to understand the game more. But tell Mom, if they call me, I'll come.
Okay, Mom, he said if they call him, he will come.
Do you think that you could coexist with Matt Nagy?
Well, I'm on that. I got to make sure defensively we stop anything that they're gonna do. So we're gonna try to put them in the best position to win as a defensive game. But offensively, I can't help him over there. He got to do his job. If I was a defense coordinator, I'm trying to make sure they don't score. I'm trying to knock the quarterback out, and I'm trying to make. And it's not when they say knock the quarterback out, this football. It's not touch ball or nothing like that. It's football. You want to knock the quarterback out, see what the next quarterback do. Because if the second quarterback was as good as the first quarterback, then he'll be starting. So that means we'll win the game.
There it is. Simple philosophy, but all these analytics and I'm the smartest guy in the room, that stuff don't work. It still comes down to 11 on 11. Can you beat your man? That's still what football is.
Can you beat your man?
Man.
And with all these, they make everything good for offenses and everything. They do everything good for them, but it's kind of tough when they got on the field and they on the field for 70 plays, 60 plays, something like that. So you want defense, so you want to go in, get your 3 and out, and then come back.
Right, facts.
Lemuel, let me ask you this: are there any players that you see DBs now that you could you kind of see yourself in, or you can compare yourself in with the DBs today?
I got praise folks right here. They doing photo stops and everything.
Photo bomb.
Hey, tell my man, what's up? What's up? I see him. He wants something.
Yeah, he's trying to get some shine.
I say, are there any DBs now today that you could kind of see yourself in, or you would compare yourself to?
Man, it's so crazy. When Richard Sherman was with the Seattle, I watched Richard play, and Richard plays smart. He's a really smart guy. His speed ain't there, but he's a big corner. I like the way he plays a little bit. I like the way he finesse and he outthinks the guys. But you got a lot of guys out there playing pretty good. I don't know a lot of guys by name because right now they switch from team to team, so you don't know who they are. But in Chicago, I thought a couple of guys played pretty good at the corner position. But I think if they could talk to some of the older players, they will learn more. But I don't see nobody. Well, I don't see nobody be me. It's hard to be me. I'm just saying.
I definitely understand that. You played in an elite defensive backfield. JB, you right? It was Sean Gale, Donnell Wolford, Lemuel Stinson, and Mark Carrier.
Yes.
Yep.
Man, just listen to them names. It's
I
like
think Mark Carrier was rookie of the year when he first came in. If I'm right, I think he was rookie of the year.
Yeah.
It was
Like
And
10 interceptions, something like that.
Yep.
When I tell you Mark came in, when Mark came in, don't get me wrong, Dave Durson was a beast back there. Dave Durson will bring that hat. He'll hit you so hard, you say, lemon, slide over. Tell me. You answer to everything, lemon, whatever. But when Mark Carey got there, and then I'm gonna tell you another safety that was so cold. Bless his soul right now, my boy Marcus Paul. Hey, when I tell you he was tall and lanky, he was number 36.
Mm-hmm.
He went into the house. I think when I got down there, he was the first one I told you was gonna get that. But we set ourselves up for it because when we do it, and Mark will tell me this, don't worry about it. Go on the break. I'm gonna come you over top. We talk to each other back in the backfield. Nowadays, it don't even look like they talk to each other. It don't look like they say nothing to each other. We were like a family. If I got beat, the whole secondary got beat. So we had to hold out to make sure we don't embarrass your family. You know how your mama say, don't go out there and embarrass me in the streets.
right.
Yes,
You embarrass me in the streets, I'm gonna whoop your ass when you get back home. And that's why it wasn't our family. Don't embarrass me on this field. Because I'm gonna do my job, you better do your job. And that's how it was. We did our job.
And Marcus Paul, 36. 37 was that Tony Parrish?
Maurice
Later
Douglas.
on.
Mo D.
Maurice Douglas.
Maurice
Mo
D.
D.
Mo Douglas.
Maurice
Yeah.
Douglas. That's Mo.
Yeah, Mo Douglas.
Mo D.
37.
Mo D. He was like our mentor up there. He always made sure we talked and did everything we needed to do. But Mo D was one of the guys that if you didn't know it or didn't do it right, he would make sure, hey, now you gotta do it like this. He's a third down defensive back come in and he plays safety. And I'll tell you, when he bring the hat, you better get out of his way.
And that was a big boy. That was a big
Oh yeah,
guy.
Mo D. He used to go to the steam room and sweat. And I try to stand there with it. He in the steam room doing sit-ups and everything. I said, boy, shoot, you it's hot in here. Yeah, but Mo D was a beast. We had some good guys out there. Vincent Jackson. We had some good guys.
Now, did you play one of the same years with Vesty Jackson? Because I thought he left when you came.
Yeah. No, he's still with me. No, he was still there. He stayed there. The year I got there, he stayed there. Yeah, 2 years.
Y'all
About 2 years there when I was there.
89, 90. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 89. Hey, I got there in 88.
Right.
I only went 4 years of college. I came out early when I moved up. They didn't redshirt me in college. And I was supposed to come out with Dion and Darnell because I would have got redshirted, but I didn't get redshirted. I just tell them when they talk noise like they got drafted early first round, I say, well, I was good enough to go before y'all. So I went 4 years, y'all went 5 years.
Hey, that's true.
So I was a first round pick before them.
There you go.
That's one way to look at it.
I like it.
Hey, got to do it that way.
So who was one? Give me one quarterback that you hated playing and one that you just like, man, I got this guy.
But the one that I say I got all the time.
Let me
Vinny
guess one.
Testaverde.
I'm gonna guess one. Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny Testaverde. Vinny eyes got so big in the game. Every time we drop back, Vinny eyes get so big. I say, oh, I got it. But he thought about it. He did good in college and everything. The one I was nervous and had to really think was Montana.
Oh, okay.
Montana was a good quarterback. He would look and reach you off. He had everybody talking about who the GOAT is. Who it is? Montana. Hand down. I like Brady, but Montana was that beast of quarterback.
And I'm glad you said.
Can you say that again? Because I missed it, so I'm sure a lot of other people missed it. Joe Montana was that what?
GOAT.
He was the quarterback. He was the GOAT. He's the man. When you talking about Montana, he made things happen. What's the backup? The lefty. What's the backup name? The lefty he had.
Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Don't get me wrong. Steve Young's a good quarterback, but they didn't have to get rid of Montana like that.
They did.
And he never should have went to the Kansas City Chiefs. Just the way Brady with the Patriots. But we get all tied up in his money, tied up in all this other stuff. It ain't worth it. Right? You can team on the team. Person I can think on the team for a long time. But one team. Fitzgerald is the only person I think, and he's a good receiver. We don't have that no more. As team wise, everybody's trying to throw me. A ring ain't nothing with our family, and when we were in Chicago, we was a family. No matter who was with us, we stuck as a family, and that's the way I like it. That's why I like them guys over there. And don't get me wrong, I love you guys because you guys are talking and having a good time. They do the same thing. It's family. They love Chicago. Y'all love Chicago. I couldn't play for the Houston. I couldn't play for the Houston Oilers because I love Chicago so much. You understand what I'm saying? Because Chicago was so dear to me. But I'm from Houston, and I love Houston. But when I got to Chicago, it's a whole different story.
Right. That became home.
I have a question for you.
I love them today. I don't get back a lot of Chicago. I wish I did. Huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off what you were saying.
I said I don't get back like I want to as much as I used to, but I wish I would. But I call me, but I hadn't. I don't get a lot of calls from that area no more because I'm in Houston. Y'all see a big dude behind me over here? Let me go this way. That big dude over there, he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That big Rob Wilson played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, Big Rob. Hey, Big Rob played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's up, Big Rob?
What's going on?
What's up, Flo?
Hey, he got that beard that what's his name had?
He got the beard that Will got,
He look like Will.
Yeah, I say, Will, check
They
it
look
out.
like Will.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. How far is Katy, Texas, from where you are? How far is
who?
Katy, Texas?
Katy, Texas is about 35 minutes from my man. It's up the street. It's nowhere.
Okay, hey, well, I definitely gotta come check you out. I'm coming down there this summer for a wedding. And I definitely like to check in on you. Most definitely.
Yeah. Come on, guys, and buy me a drink.
We'll do.
And I'll get you one.
Hey, that sounds like a plan. You gotta
already.
Okay, so you started. You said they didn't redshirt you when you got down in college. So you started immediately, or you played, or how did that work?
At Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech.
Yeah, at Texas Tech. That my senior.
Oh no, he froze.
Oh no!
Yeah, at Texas Tech, I started immediately my senior year.
Okay.
Well, you follow the Texas Tech guys. They got a good guy that came out of Texas Tech a few years ago. He's doing a little thing in Kansas City.
Best quarterback to date.
Did you
The best quarterback today?
Did you think Patrick Mahomes would be what he is now, coming out of Texas Tech?
Well, was it Baker? He made him go to
Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield made him go to Oklahoma, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, had to see something. He must did something. The Baker was good at Tech. He made him go to Oklahoma, so I like Mahomes. Mahomes is a good guy. They got playing and having most people have fun in the league. They're thinking too much. He's not thinking. He's making the league. He's making the league, and he's gonna be better and better every year. As long as Andy Reid has it, and Eric Bieniemy. Now that's one guy I don't understand. Eric Bieniemy is probably one of the best coordinators around, and if anything, came, but you know what it is. And if every Kansas City, only because when Andy Reid gone, you got the next best thing to Andy Reid.
Agreed. Eric should have been a head coach. He should have. He definitely should have.
He should be a head coach. And I think that he's waiting on that in Kansas City. And I'm not mad at him if he stayed or he didn't make the decision to leave. I think that he's really good because he's a running back. And EB always, you know, little short said, when he give me a little dab, I'll be rubbing his head like this here. So, you know, he's a great guy. He always, you know, I talked to him a couple times. I hadn't talked to him in a while, but every time I talk, it's like we always talk like yesterday.
Great. We love that. We love that. So, last question for me, because this one gonna make you mad. Rank yourself as one of the best DBs. Who's your top 5?
So what now?
Including yourself, rank your top 5 DBs.
Oh, woo.
I told you I was gonna make you mad.
All right, I'm just gonna say 5. I'm gonna say 5. I'm number 1. I always gonna be number 1. I don't care what. I ain't gonna never say nobody better than me. Then, I'm gonna say Dion, Al Green, number 35 for Philadelphia. I can't think of his name right now. Hall of Famer.
Namdi Asamoah?
No, not.
You said 35?
No, 35.
Was that Dolphins?
No, for DB. That's corner. I'm talking about cornerback. I'm talking about DBs. I would say I'll say Deion Sanders, Darren Green, Ronnie Lott, and he has stuff over there.
About Atwater?
Huh?
David Atwater?
That would be Steve Atwater.
Steve Atwater.
Atwater.
That's what I
Let me tell you something about Steve. Hey, now, I can't think of his name right now. He played for Denver.
Champ Bailey?
Ronnie Lott, safety. Darren Green, probably one of the best Deion Sanders. And now, you know, I just talk to me to leave by guys like Rob Woodson and
Ed Reed.
We said corners.
When you look at it, don't get me wrong.
But he said Rob Woodson. So we're talking about DB.
Rob Woodson started as a corner.
Rob Wilson.
Yeah, Rob Woodson started at corner.
Ronnie Lott started as a corner.
Yeah, Ronnie Lott started at corner.
That's what you do. You lose the stuff, get a little bigger, they move you back.
Yeah, Reed is a great defensive back in the time that they were so he played at 20 yards deep at free safety.
Correct.
We didn't have those guys. We could play 20 yards deep when we, you know, like that. You know, you 20 yards deep. Come up, son. Come up in the video. You gotta be.
Well, you can't see here in the screen.
I can't see on the screen.
It look like it's 10
But if they
people.
throw it deep, they're gonna get it.
We say the same. We said I tell my guys the same thing. Like, hold on, they're not punting. They're not punting on first down. Move up. Move up. We got somebody 20 yards. What you waiting on?
Yeah, like hey, don't get me wrong. I think Ed Reed would knock your block off. Don't get risky is he passed away. 31.
Don Taylor.
Don Taylor.
Bam. Well, hey, when I tell you that boy there do what he do, I watched him afterwards. I got out of the league. I watched him play. And I guarantee you that guy did some extraordinary things. So he's gonna get even better as he goes along with the process.
I was thinking when you said number 35, I was thinking about Aeneas Williams.
Aeneas Williams, that's him. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Aeneas Williams. I don't know how. That's HBU. That's HBU finest right there.
Right.
Hey, yeah, you got Deion Sanders, Aeneas Williams, Darren Green, and Well, let me Stinson first.
Lemuel Stinson first.
Right. Don't forget yourself.
Yeah, can't get myself. But yeah, I'm sorry about the commotion. I normally be at home, but this is the day I'm not at home because I got everybody, at this event we do a Cigar Social and just bring all the other guys together and let them, holler at each other. Talk each other. I guess it's our stand feature over here. That's even for the Kansas City Chiefs.
What up, fellas? What up? Chi-Town love.
He talk shit the whole year. He talk shit the whole year. I told Texas Tech is the guy that led the Chiefs.
Okay.
So you got a lot of guys.
Hey, get them together, Lemonade. You let them know they came from Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So I got one more question for you before we let you go. When you were here in Chicago, did you eat a lot of Harold's? A lot of Harold's chicken?
Oh well, I ate everywhere. Like the real tips on 50th Street. I can't think of the place, but it's a real tips on 50th Street. I used to go to Bob's restaurant in Wheeling. We get the big old lobster tails, and I ate there every day because I didn't know nowhere else to go. Bob's restaurant off in Wheeling, and I think they got one on the north side now. On 256 or something like 255, one of them. And then I used to eat that Italian restaurant by the O'Hare Airport.
Oh, okay.
That was my favorite food places down there. And they had the pizza. And then I always stopped when they had the hot dogs on the corner.
Yes, sir.
That'd be a Chicago dog.
The Chicago dog. Yeah.
I'll have a Chicago dog in a minute, baby. Chicago dog, they ain't got nothing down there. I can't get there down there. I showed her. I lived up so hard, my shoulder hurt.
So Lemonhead,
Yeah.
we gotta have you come back. But when you come back, you gotta have a better connection, man, because your connection is terrible.
Oh, is it? Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Next time I'll be at the house, and we'll do it on a different. I'll be at the house, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah, that'll be much better.
Because you look around, this is what I'm dealing with. All these.
I sure see it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you.
We had about 40 people. We had about 40, 50 people over on the patio, and everybody playing out. Having a good time enjoying themselves, and guys in there, from high school, college, and everything else, and football. So, we do it every Tuesday.
That's all good, man. I know
Tuesday night in the rain. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but now it's not now. It dead rain. And it takes you don't know where it's gonna be. Or north, down, south, on east side or what. But they say 40%. Somebody gonna get 40.
Somebody gonna get 40.
Yeah, we're so big now. Texas big now. Texas big.
Yeah.
it's a big place. I know when I come down, I'm gonna pop some bottles with you, man. Pop
Hey,
some
we do it, man. We do it.
Smoke some cigars.
Oh yeah, we go. I got a couple of them around there. They took all. They got robbed my box. Every time I move around, so I try to keep my box in the same spot.
Okay. All right. Well, man, I got your email, but and I got you on Facebook too. So we're definitely gonna stay in contact. I'm gonna send you some of this. This is what I call the Chicago Clubhouse drip.
Got some grip. That's shot time. I don't remember shot time.
I know you know about that drip.
I got a golf tournament. I'm wearing my golf tournament shirt.
Okay. You got a little
that's a football player tagging the golf course. So we do a golf tournament.
Right. So you
raise money for themselves.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna send you some of this drip, and I know you know about drip because that's started in the South.
In the South, baby, we in the dirt South.
Yep.
We in the
dirty South. It was great to have you on, Lemonhead. Man, I don't know. I still don't even know what I'm saying.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. We're gonna have you on again when after the season starts. We're gonna call you back.
Yeah, hit me up, man. We'll go there and have some fun. I know Phil is saying they gonna do the same thing. We'll have a good time, man. I enjoyed it, man. I had a great time. You got it, hey, we'll do it all the time. I don't have a problem. Call me whenever.
Okay.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I may have a headache. I may have a headache that morning, but I wake.
Sounds good.
All right, living head.
What's up?
Peace out, man.
Peace.
Much love, Lemuel.
Yeah, man, that was good, except for the connection. But he has some good stuff to say, man.
He did. He did. Very, very, very cool guy, down to earth, as most of our guests have been. Great story, just great energy. Love the fact that him and his old guys, no matter what team they play for, still get together on a random Tuesday. Sound like us.
And you know what? Right. What he said, hey, they didn't redshirt me, man. I came out early. So I came out, he came out in 88. Deion and those guys came out in 89. He said, man, so I'm really before you. I was really drafted before you. I like that.
Right. I like it. I like it.
You know, one of our guests, or I should say one of the viewers said he definitely agreed with Lemuel. He said Montana is the GOAT. And speaking of the GOAT being the greatest of all time, did you eat that sandwich, T. Nick?
What sandwich?
The sandwich. I saw your little receipt. You coming from home on a hoagie.
He ain't even get it.
Man, I ain't even get that shit.
What happened?
I was waiting for like an hour.
So they gave you the receipt before? Yeah.
So you know at these black places you pay for it and then you go wait.
No, I don't know about
I went to go wait and they had like 50 sandwiches to make. See, you showing off now. What you got your little homemade sandwich?
Homemade sandwich? Yeah, I got mine though. I paid for it and actually got it.
Yeah, that's not funny. You trying to rub that shit in?
Hey, look, I wanna address something real quick. I'm gonna switch gears. Great. By the way, J.I., you a mastermind. I love that about you. Mm-hmm. It ain't a Dagwood though, but I'll take it. T. Nick, I'm gonna take a little bit of time, 10, 12 minutes, whatever, for the rest of our viewers that's still with us. Hey man, you see that little red towel that say "See Red" in the back? If you don't take that bull off, man, go and put that up, man. Ain't nobody seeing red but anger, mad. Don't take that down, man. Yeah. Go on there. Don't break nothing.
You know what? That's from the Derrick Rose days, man.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. I might let you slide there.
Yeah, that's from the Derrick Rose days, man.
What's up, Jay? I think you got something on your chest, man. What you thinking all this air for, man?
I thought the Bulls were going to at least kind of like, I mean, they're going to creep into the playoffs.
But if you remember, wait, if you remember, there was a guy who told you this was fool's gold. It ain't happening, man. I mean, look who they
come in.
Hey,
at
listen,
the 8th?
Listen.
No.
Listen.
No, G. No.
People got excited. They lost 4 in a row since the trade. Then people got excited because, and I have to, for my friends out there that are listening, I'm talking to y'all.
I already know what you're going to say.
You beat the Nets with no James Harden, no Kevin Durant.
We don't have them either.
You beat the Pacers, no Sabonis.
We ain't got Sabonis either.
You beat the Raptors, no Lowry, no Van Vliet. And everybody's like, the Bulls is back. See red, see red, see red. Then you lose 13-point lead to Atlanta, who has no John Collins, no Cam Reddish, right?
Uh-oh,
then you
Bullets.
Then you look Bullets. You see the Laker hat, right? Look.
Bullets.
Look. You see the Laker flag, the Laker ball? We'll talk later, Bullets. Then you lose to Minnesota. Then just the other day you lost to Memphis. So what are we celebrating for? You 22-31, still in the 10th spot. Man, give them about 5, 6, 7 games. Well, by my math, that would be 10 games. And you're 3-7 in your last 10. Go and talk on it. Go and speak.
Woo!
Go and speak on it. I don't want to hear nothing about no practice and all that. We professionals. This is what y'all do for a living.
Hold on. Well, I'm going to address this with my limited Bulls knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you this. If we beat the Nets and the Nets don't have their guys, them guys should have been there. You got these guys and Kyrie Irving is taking off. He just ruining the name. This dude takes off every other, for personal reasons.
He got what they call it. He got PTO.
Yeah, like this dude, man. He like, nah, man, I ain't gonna come in. And I bet he's doing it like everybody else, calling off 5 minutes before he's supposed to be there. So
he called off in warm-ups, bro.
You got guys saying, well, he ain't coming. Nah, he ain't gonna be able to make it. Something came up. Somebody got sick. But here's the thing. Y'all got a dream team. You should be able to lose. You should be able to miss a few players and beat the Bulls lineup. Listen, you got to beat who you play. So I get it. They don't have any superstars. Now let me tell you, Bullet says that my sandwich looks like a prop. I'm going to take that as a doggone compliment, Bullet. Bullet says it don't even look real.
That's how put together it is.
Exactly. Basically, it looks like a picture of one of those Big Macs or one of those sandwiches where it's like, man, this looks too good to eat. Yeah.
It's not terrible.
Whatever, man. So anyway, getting back to these Bulls.
He don't even want to hear about no sandwiches now.
No, I don't want to hear about no damn sandwich, man, because I ain't get mine. But speaking of these Bulls, man, Rome wasn't built overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight.
I don't think that's how that goes.
They're building. They're building. Evidently, they don't have all the pieces yet. But you got to give them a minute, man. They just got them. It's not like that's an instant fix. Give them a second. Billy Donovan just got here. Give him a second.
Do you want me to go in on Billy Donovan?
I mean, you can, but
because I got the stats.
He just got here, man. Give him a chance.
Billy Donovan is not the coach that you think he is. He won 55 games his first year, 47 his second, 48 his third, then another 46. And everybody knows that last year, was that Billy Donovan that did that, or was that Chris Paul that did that, man? Keep it 100. Shout out to Shane. Shout out to Phil. Keeping it 100.
What about in Florida?
That's college, bro. We talking about the pros.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about his coach acumen, his coaching acumen.
J.I., what
up?
Is our favorite Janet Jackson song?
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. So what?
I'm going to call out some names. Javen Singleton, Chris Edgerton, Marcus Stanford, Randall and Reggie Ratcliffe. I'm calling you out. Call into the show. Type in right now. Let me know what these Bulls are supposed to do, because I'm counting 10 games, right? 10 games is a large enough sample. This is a truncated season. You ain't got all season to keep it up. And are you satisfied with creeping in? Right now, you're the 10th seed. So what? You play in game, you creep in just to get your head busted? Is that what are we?
And a bad draft pick.
They're going to creep in.
No,
I think JR said that.
They gave a draft pick for Vooch.
Oh.
So you have one draft pick in 2022, nothing in 21, and nothing in 23. Great job, Bulls management.
Well, then they better get in, because that'll be the only way they can even lure.
They're not going to get in.
And this look like a reboot of your non-favorite movie.
They're not going to get in right now. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Man, I don't want to hear about Rome, man. I want to hear about actually making some change, getting some free agents that want to come here. Getting rid of, no disrespect, because I love Mike, but Michael Jordan ain't walking through them doors, man. We got to get rid of the ghost of Mike. We got to get rid of the ghost of Christmas past and all that, so they say. Okay? That old regime is gone, but they remnants, just like the Bears. That stigma is still with us. Chicago has two major problems in their two major franchises. You know what that problem is? The 85 Bears, for one, Michael Jordan for the other. And when you do one of them wrong, we never forget, and they've been haunted ever since. Now, I'll give the Bears one reprieve. We did get a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. Hell, I don't think the Bulls, hell, I might not make it next time the Bulls get to the finals. Shoot. Unless my son get drafted by him, and I gotta kick him in the ass and make sure he get right. Shoot.
Hey, well, you know what? We'll see. It was a year or two ago. The Bears were perennial a Super Bowl team. How fast things change.
Plummet.
How fast?
Backing into the playoffs. I wish Arizona had a won last year so that the Bears didn't go to the playoffs.
Why?
Get a better draft pick.
And do what with it?
Hopefully, well, with this regime, you're right. Cutting off the nose despite the face. That's all they doing.
Hey, wait a minute. This Glass kid from A&M, he may fall into our lap. He'll definitely be around in the second or third round.
So I'm thinking right now, there's a guy from Stanford, Davis Wills. I like Kellen Mond personally because he's actually played quarterback for like the last 3 years. He's not one of those 12, 13 games. He's Dak Prescott-ish. Very powerful arm, good presence. Texas A&M, I think he would be somebody that the Bears should look at in the second round. But I just got a feeling they're going to look at, like I keep telling you, Kyle Trask. My soul is telling me the Bears are going to take Kyle Trask. And I don't want Kyle Trask. I don't want him.
I don't know. Hey, I definitely think the Bears are going to get a quarterback. I don't think
with the 20th pick.
No, not with the 20th pick.
No, second round.
Okay.
I don't think there'll be any quarterbacks left by the time they get down to the 20th pick.
They should not pick. They have to pick O-line.
But here's what happens. You go to the second or third round, maybe third round. You get the second round guy. I'm almost expecting him to make the roster. But you get the third, fourth round guy, and he doesn't pan out, then, nobody's chopping your head off for that. But
it doesn't cost you anything, but you find a Russell Wilson in the third round.
You're right. And you know what? And you've been golden ever since. But here's, I can't remember that guy. JB, help me out. Matt Flynn, I think that's who it was. They gave this guy all that money.
Yes. Seattle gave him a ton of a boatload of money based off of a 5-game performance when Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
And here's what happens. So they say, hey, we're still going to draft the quarterback. We're going to get him in the third round. So it's no guarantee that he'll play, but at least we'll have somebody on the roster that might be able to help us out and back this guy up, because that was the plan.
True.
And then this guy comes in. We thought he was a little better. We were shocked to get him. He was the best available, and he flat out wins the job. Now, that's the purity of sports. That is the purity of sports, where it comes in and says, okay, this is Silky D mentioned it.
Davis Mills, thank you, Bullets. That's who I was talking about. Right.
Stanford. Silky D mentioned it. He said Willie Galt was the golden boy. So he said, hey, this is the guy you spent all the money on and you drafted him and you want him to be the guy. But here's the guy over here that's making it happen.
Right.
And because nobody's job was on the line, it was like, hey, we didn't draft this guy, first or in the first round. And now we're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. So we don't have that much, invested. Matt Flynn isn't a big name. We gave him some money, but oh well, this guy's outplaying him. Matt Flynn doesn't have a pedigree. So, hey, we're gonna roll with this other guy. And if it works out, great. Then we'll look like, we're okay. And guess what? It did. It did. And guess where? You know what? Everybody's okay. Matt Flynn somehow finagled his way back to Green Bay.
He did.
With a boatload of money.
He did.
And you know what? If the Bears can come out of here with something like that, get somebody that, you don't, because trust me, Andy Dalton is who we could afford and who would come here. If somebody comes in, sneaks in second or third round, and this guy's just flat out, if you're giving them an opportunity to outperform them, and I'm saying this, like Nick Foles still isn't on the roster. I'm just hoping that something happens, because if Nick Foles is on the roster, whoever the Bears pick, now we're gonna have an issue. Nick Foles.
Let me ask you this. I ain't mean to cut you off. Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If you go into the season with Andy Dalton QB1, Nick Foles QB2, and you draft a QB, that's not a Davis Mills, or there's not a Kellen Mond. Let's say you do draft a Kyle Trask, or you get another Tyler Bray type of quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say that quarterback beats out Andy Dalton or beats out Nick Foles. Are you that impressed? Because the bar is so low. We always teach our kids what? Don't go for the low-hanging fruit. Aspire to be better. So you beating out Andy Dalton is not impressive to me because I'm not expecting shit from Andy Dalton.
I agree with that.
The man ain't threw for 3,500 yards in over 5 years. Like, you know, he was called the Red Rifle. You know what he is now? He's that little BB gun from A Christmas Story. That's what he is. You'll put your eye out. That's what he is right now. That's what he is right now. I mean, come on, we keep it 100. Please, Phil, call me, man, because you know what I'm talking about. I know you're a fan, and you riding with Andy Dalton. He's smart. He can make all the throws and plays in a vacuum. That's it.
Hey, bullets hit the nail right on the head. He played.
What did he say?
He gave himself leverage. He said Russell Wilson, he played head games with Seattle, the management, so they could give him what he wanted. That's how we ended up with this guy. I don't think Russell Wilson is going anywhere, but he has to let them know that, hey, it's not out of the question.
Right.
So
he wanted to take control of his own destiny, which is not bad either way.
Oh, no stretch of the imagination. If the Bears want to get better and they want to get a quarterback, then they've got to make room. In this day and age, you don't need 3 quarterbacks while you're developing one. Really, you need one. If he's good, great. And let this guy come in and bring him up to speed. So somebody's got to go. If they draft a quarterback, then somebody's on their way out. I think it may hurt the leverage that the Bears have if they draft a quarterback before getting rid of Nick Foles.
Okay, leverage. I'm glad you said that word. Leverage. What leverage do you have with the contract that Nick Foles has? Who wants Nick Foles?
I'm not sure. Don't get me to telling the story up in here. I don't know. But I've heard for whatever it now. I've heard people shoot it all the way down, saying, "Well, man, it could be a reunion in Philly."
They don't want him. I'm gonna tell you where I feel he's gonna go. If he gets released or some type of deal is made, buyout. Matter of fact, I don't even know if you can do buyouts.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I think I know a good place that I don't know. I don't know if it's a good place, but I can see a fit. Denver. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so let me say why I don't think Denver, because they have a 3-person quarterback carousel, and right now John Elway is looking like he never played quarterback before because he's evaluating these quarterbacks as just bad.
He's just never played GM before.
It's just, well, play yourself then, shit. but I can see Nick Foles going to a place like Indianapolis, being that veteran presence to kind of calm Carson Wentz down, but also if Carson Wentz gets hurt or gets a little erratic, Nick Foles can come in because he's the greatest reliever / closing quarterback I've ever seen, which ain't even a position, but I think Nick Foles created it.
Okay. You know? I like that.
That's why I say if you look at what the Bears brass needs to do now, and I don't know how we got on the Bears, but I'll take it because I'm still pissed off at the Bulls. I'm going to see you in another 10 games, and when they 6-14, I'm going to be like, season's over, what now? But back to topic at hand. If you feel that you have a legitimate opportunity to win with Andy Dalton right now as the Bears quarterback, and you have to bolster a couple of things around Andy Dalton, you definitely need a left tackle and a right tackle. Definitely. Okay. That's one. That's first and foremost. 2, you need another playmaker wide receiver for the number 2. You need a solid number 2. You have to. You have to. And 3, would somebody please teach Matt Nagy how to give David Montgomery the ball, man? A quarterback's two best friends is a running game and a tight end. That's your 2 best friends. Running game spells you. Tight end always does what? 9 times out of 10, a tight end route comes right in front of the quarterback, right between the hashes, between the safeties and the end zone. I mean, between the safeties and the linebackers. Tight ends are your best friends, man. So if the Bears don't start calling more plays for Montgomery and your tight ends, A-Rob don't need 111 catches. What did it get us? He don't.
Indeed, my friend. If those numbers are just numbers, we need numbers that are gonna mean something. Carson Wentz will feel some type of way at Foles. Is Jacoby Brissett still there?
I thought he was a free agent.
I think he left.
He's a free agent. I don't think he signed with anybody yet. I'm not sure. I have to check on that.
Yeah.
Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are. Carson Wentz will feel a certain way.
Kristen.
Okay. Hey, Kristen.
Kristen yeah.
From Plunk.
Chicago Clubhouse. Plunk.
Hey, what's up, lady?
What's up, Kristen?
But here's my thing. I agree with you, but you also got coaches that need to keep their job too. People are taking a flyer on Carson Wentz, even though, hey, look, they did a wonderful thing in Philly. Wonderful thing. But you see what they got Doug Peterson. They got him the door. Get out of here. Get out of here. So with Nick Foles, I can feel that gave him a little bit of security because the Colts is a team that's actually kind of built to win right now. That's like a sneaky pick. Like if the ball goes this way or that way, you can see the Colts getting to the AFC Championship game. You know, they one of those sneaky teams. As far as like Jacoby Brissett, I wouldn't mind if the Bears kick the tires on him. I expect Teddy Bridgewater to be released soon. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears kick the tires on him just a little bit. But to continue on with Foles and Dalton for the whole year, that'll be asinine, man.
I want to say Jacoby Brissett signed with someone.
I'm pretty sure he did because I don't see him being on the market long.
Kristen would know.
We have another question. Who's this question from?
That's Kristen too.
Again, what is the measuring stick for this team? They're not going to win a championship, and they've been to the playoffs 2 out of 3 years. Well, Kristen, you say measuring stick. I say the bar, because the bar has been set by the cheese-eating motherfuckers we got up north. That's the bar. And right now, we're not reaching the bar. So we can't really have an accurate measuring stick because we don't have anything to measure against ourselves. We had a season of 12-4 where our defense was pretty much the reason why we won. Offense just had to not be terrible, in the word of J.I.
Yes.
Just, you know,
wait a minute.
Our restaurant. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. Hey, it's a very bad commercial, but it will suffice if Andy Dalton, and I'm being hopeful. I'm being glass half full on this one. If he's anything better than we had last year, I think we will be a little bit better. We'll get Tariq Cohen back. I think at the end of last year, somebody realized, you know what? It might be a good idea to give David Montgomery the ball a little bit more, even though it's 2021 and that's not what we do in football anymore. Who runs the ball?
Bullets once again.
Wait a minute. I think Patterson might be leaving. Yeah. You know what? I've had mixed.
I heard he was interested in going to Green Bay too.
Yeah, CP might go to Green Bay.
Yeah, I've been.
I will no longer be a CP fan.
You know what? I've never been sold on them. I've liked them, but I was never like. I'm not really with the gadgets.
I did for him because he was on the Bears. Like Bullets just said, a lot of smoke and mirrors.
That number 84, I couldn't get with that.
I just want to see. So here's my thing. And again, I don't want to be the dead horse, but we're kind of forced to.
The horse ain't dead yet.
Well, it's on his last leg.
It's just about dead, man. It's just
his last leg. It's going to it's hobbling to the glue factory. Acme Glue Factory. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
So if we lose one of our foundational pieces on defense, being Kyle Fuller, now that defense is not looked upon as, don't worry about it, our defense can bail us out. Because now the defense is, for lack of a better word, wounded. That's a big hit, losing Kyle Fuller, in my opinion. So now you're looking at a defense to bail you out while trying to make a quarterback who's non-prolific elevate your offense. That's counterproductive, first of all. Analytically, it makes no sense because if you look at the numbers, Mitch Trubisky actually outperformed what Andy Dalton did last year. As much as we don't, myself included, care for Mitch's performance and play, he really played better than Andy Dalton. That's what the numbers are telling us.
Mm-hmm.
My eye test tells us, and shout out to Curtis Clay, who I've watched many of Dallas games with, he's like, man, get this bum out of here. And Dallas had weapons. You know, now they had offensive line issues just like we do, but still. I don't know where JR went, but I'm going to keep going.
Keep going.
You know, my biggest problem moving forward, Bears fans, Bulls fans, we tend to put the cart before the horse when it comes to certain things. We get a little taste of success. It's fool's gold. It's really not anything that we really need to hitch our fandom to. Until we see some real instrumental change, we need to get some front office people who are not a bunch of egghead number crunching people who actually know the game. Hell, there's some fans out here that I talk to. I'd rather see them go in the office and be a scout or a GM. Real talk. Real talk. I'd rather see them be a scout or a GM. But then you have to address certain issues of what's going on your team. It's a reason why people don't want to come to Chicago. Now we get a Khalil Mack or something through just a astronomical trade.
Wait a minute. Who brokered that deal?
Who brokered that deal? That would be Ryan Pace.
No. Ryan, he did something good? Come on. Hey.
Golf clap.
Listen. Okay. Wait a minute. He's done. I get it, because you're gonna swing for the fence with a QB and you're gonna miss. I'm gonna always be a little bit like I give him credit. You know, you don't want to take any backwards case. He swung.
We agreed, Irv. Aggressively inept.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've seen inept, just plainly, blandly, passively inept. This aggressive ineptitude.
That's new.
and you know what? It's a slight improvement.
It gets the blood boiling. It raises the temperature in the room a little bit because you get a little excitement. I'm not gonna lie. When the Bears were 12-4, I was like, man, we got a little something moving here. Okay. Double doink happens. I'm like, man, I ain't worried about no kicker. We'll be right back next year. Bam. Next year never comes. The year after that, okay, we had a down season, couple injuries. Next year never comes. But then when you break it down and you see the success of others that we have traditionally, and a lot of teams can say this, but I'm only talking about the home team, can say, well, we passed on this, or this person graded higher. Again, analytics, in my opinion, is tearing down sports to the point where the eye test doesn't mean as much as it used to.
I agree. You know what? If that's the case, the scouts don't need to get on the plane and go watch a kid. They don't need film. Just give me his numbers, and I'll just look at his numbers.
And that's the thing.
And like, you'll never get an accurate depiction that way.
You know who gets it? You know who gets it right, but kind of not right? The NBA. You'll look at somebody overseas and they'll be like, Johannes Kroplakistan got drafted and he's averaging 3.7 points a game. And you like, what? And you know who Giannis Kroplakistan ends up being? Ends up being Porzingis or somebody. You know, they just did what they were asked to do. That's true scouting. The eye test shows, now I don't care if this dude only averaged 8 points and 3 boards. This boy can play. I'm watching him. But in football, we put the horse before the cart so many times. I have to bring it up again. You can't tell me that Justin Fields has better numbers in the QB rating and in the percentage category than Trevor Lawrence. But he went from being the number 2 quarterback all the way down to number 5. What are we looking at? Numbers? The eye test shows this boy can play ball. That's it. That's all. Processing? Dig into your numbers and see that processing shows that on his second and third read, he actually is higher. Well, he's the last guy in, first guy to leave. I don't know about this, that, and third. He has the highest Wonderlic score of anybody.
Justin Field?
Look it up.
That's what's up.
But see, this is the type of stuff the people don't know about because they're not promoting that on media. That's not a big story. A character issue with a guy. And I don't mean to turn this into a black thing. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you heard about Mac Jones and his 2 DUIs?
Including this time, I think once.
Me too. I had no idea.
Wait a minute. Mac Jones, the college quarterback for Alabama?
The Golden Boy.
Yeah.
The college guy.
I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to know that. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. The college guy. Wait a
You
minute.
weren't supposed to know that.
College guys drink?
You weren't supposed to know that.
All of them have DUIs. Well, I want to know.
Oh, I'm just saying, as far as speaking to character.
Yeah, who the hell turned them in? You down there in Tuscaloosa with perennially the best football team in the nation year in and year out, and you get pulled over for drunk driving, and Nick Saban can't make that go away. That should have never seen the blotter in anybody police blotter. They should have fired the guy that gave him that ticket. Are you kidding me? So that means he might have actually just flat out killed somebody. He probably has been caught several times. If they like, hey, the next time we
saw Baker Mayfield drinking in public and running from the cops and got tackled. We saw that.
He said he was just confused. He didn't do anything. He just wasn't really sure why. And I was like, yeah, and didn't get away.
Hey,
come on, Baker, give him a little athleticism.
It just showed, or lack thereof. Again, character.
Listen, if you're a big name guy in college, if you're a college kid, that's what you do. You drink, you get in trouble, you have a little fun, you do college foolish things.
I've done it. My mother's watching. Mom, I'm sorry. I have drunk on campus when I was 18 years old. I've done it. I get it. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't get caught.
Wait a minute. If Mac Jones got caught and turned in, he got caught several times. Somebody was making a point. You don't.
Hey, Irv. I don't like.
You don't jam these kids up.
Hey, I don't like that word semantics. That's not what I'm about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna get into that. But I'm gonna segue back to my point with this being is
okay.
Where is the true scouting? Numbers don't necessarily lie, but they can be skewed to tell a multitude of stories.
They don't lie, but if they're not read accurately, or they can be manipulated, like you said, they can be skewed. And here's the thing: the point, a lot of it is, and I agree with you wholeheartedly on this, JB. When we want to get who we want to get, we just bring in some random obscure numbers and try to justify it, and then people don't know all the. You got to be a doggone nuclear physicist to understand some of these analytics. And so what does that mean in the QBR and the ABC and the EPMD? What does that mean? That means this guy's going to be, he's the best person. All right, I guess. So who
I hate to be this guy.
Trubisky, okay.
I hate to be this guy. But didn't the Bears have a neurosurgeon as their quarterback once named Craig Krenzel?
Really?
Oh, my God, yes.
Like the smartest guy ever.
And he was horrible.
Analytics.
Ohio State Craig Krenzel.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yes. And he was absolutely terrible.
But see, here we go again. For everything that they try to rebut or refute for what the eye test is telling us, we can give you an analytical number that didn't pan out.
Okay.
Draymond Green is the king of the single-double. Quadruple single, whatever. Let them tell it. He one of the best basketball players ever.
Who is
that? I just says he's in the Hall of OK.
Hall of OK.
He in the Hall of OK. He all right.
Oh, that's a good one. I gotta use that. The Hall of OK.
Hey, Chicago Clubhouse podcast exclusive. You getting it wrong?
You keep it up, T. Nick. You might end up in the Hall of OK too. You got a little work to do. You might end up there.
Okay. What you mean? I'm great. I don't know what you're talking about. I am great.
Okay.
So I digress, and I will give the Bulls 5 more games. I'm
Okay.
going back to the Bulls. I will give them 5 more games.
You got to give them more than that, man.
Terrence, it ain't that much season left.
You got to give them the rest of the season, really.
They gonna win everything?
Hell no.
Okay.
They're not gonna win nothing this season. Nothing.
So why be happy with an 8th seed playoff berth?
Who said that we happy about it?
Red Nation is.
That's 2011. That's Derrick Rose days.
Derrick Rose ain't walking to that door.
Hey, you know what? Once you get in the playoffs, it's all 0-0. Everybody got the same record. You can do anything. Anything can happen. Now that's what people say. Hold on. That's what people say. I never believe that.
I know you. I'm about to say. I'm gonna stop you right there because I know you, and that ain't how you think.
I know. I don't believe that. I've seen a lot of damage by people pulling it together. Like, let's try to squeeze in, and it's kind of like the little meme you see. Sometimes holding on, you can do more damage holding on than letting go. You got the rope all messing your hand all up.
Absolutely.
I definitely think that I don't know, because without draft picks, then you have to try to have some type of leverage to lure some quality free agents, because that's the thing now. The draft is almost supplemental.
It is. Thank you. And I said that because it's like nobody knows whoever you draft. You may hit, you may not. It's always a crapshoot unless you're talking about certain players. Certain players we just knew. Nah, dude, like we knew you draft Zion, he gonna do what Zion, he gonna be a beast. You draft Ja, Luka, we could just tell they're different. So let's say 1 through 7, right? After 7, everything's pretty much starting to be a crapshoot. But in free agency, when you have somebody that you can pick up that has a legitimate body of work, why doesn't that player want to come here?
A legitimate body of work at this level, people can know, hey, this guy can play.
Thank
you.
But we don't get that guy. We get Al-Farouq Aminu, who got more DMPs than points, man. What are we doing?
Ooh.
What are we doing? And people are like, man, he a 3-and-D guy. Man, he a 3 and bench guy. He ain't gonna play. Like, for what? Oh, he gonna be big in the playoffs. The one playing game that they gonna lose? That's what we excited about? Like, come on, man. Do better. Do better.
Yikes.
I agree, brother.
Yikes. Well, this is a perfect time to give out some shout outs before we sign out. Yeah, I'll start out. I definitely want to shout out Emilio and Kristen for Plunked. You know, they had their first episode on Sunday, which was pretty good. If you haven't checked it out, all the viewers, please check it out. It's pretty good episode. You know, they're talking about the White Sox and the Cubs in one city. And Emilio said something that resonated with me. He said that here we go again watching mediocre baseball. And I couldn't agree more. We are seeing some mediocre baseball right now.
On both sides of town. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. On both sides of town. Mediocre baseball. But, you know, there's a whole lot of season left. You know, in the White Sox, we're supposed to see them go far. They're going to soar with the old drunk man. We'll see how that goes. But I definitely want to shout them out, man. Big ups to Emilio and Kristen. I want to shout out Keeping It 100, Dr. Phil, and the smartest man, Shane. You know,
Draft Dr. Phil.
Draft Dr. Phil. I'm sorry. Draft Dr. Yeah, I got to
get. You don't want to get sued for saying Dr. Phil.
Right. I got to get the name right. You know, I don't want Dr. Phil to be like, hey, why is he saying my name? But yeah, draft Dr. Phil. And Heidi Z. She just subscribed. And she was watching. I saw her in the comments. Mm-hmm. And definitely Bullets. I'm gonna shout you out. You are faithful, man. So we appreciate you, Kristen. We saw you in the comments, and everybody that we did not see in the comments. Shout out to y'all too. Thank you for watching, listening to these two guys bump heads and shit. listening to Lemonhead. I still feel funny when I say that name, man.
Stop saying it.
Yeah, I would just say Lemuel. But shout out to him. Like we were saying earlier, he was a great guest, great stories. We just got to get that connection better, man, so we can hear him clearly. But anyway, I'm done with my shout outs. Y'all go ahead.
Irv, it's on you, brother, because I want you to shout out that sandwich.
Shout out to the sandwich.
Fuck that sandwich.
You know what? I want to give a shout out to my guy way down. Let me see, where's Ron? I think he's in Hoover or Birmingham, Alabama. My guy Ron Smirk. What's up? Becoming a faithful, just checking in. Definitely appreciate that. Kirk Clay. You know what? I'm think you guys can see some comments that I might not be able to see. Definitely want to shout out to Kirk, guys that show nothing but love. Definitely got a shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that's helping us. Bullets is that energy. We need that. We need the comments. We need the positivity. I definitely appreciate it, and I look forward to it coming up. And I want to thank our guests, Lemuel, Aeneas Williams. I couldn't think of that name for anything. I was thinking, but I think he said Philly. I think
He
Aeneas
did, and it was St. Louis and Arizona. But
and
that's
Arizona.
What
That's what. Yeah,
that's what I'm here for.
Yes, sir. Hey, tough as nails. Aeneas was from Southern. He played at Southern. Yep. Tough as nails. Yep.
HBCU proud and strong.
Yes, sir.
Irv, let me start off. I'm gonna echo everybody's sentiment. I'm gonna start off with Lemuel. Thank you, great guest. We're gonna chop it up again real soon. Whenever you touch down, we're gonna go. We're gonna me, T, Irv, Lemuel. We're gonna shoot on down to Bobby Simmons joint, get that man a meal, and we're gonna chop it up. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the world get better. Shout out to Bullets. I mean, that's the third shout out my man Bullets then got. Hey, Bullets. Shoot us your information, fellas. I would love to have Bullets on as a special guest.
Yes.
A guest host to come on and just, share some of his insight. The brother has a lot of knowledge. He's a faithful. And I think we would love to start doing that to some of our true patrons that come on the show and show all that love. We would love to have them on the spot. Even if you can just give us 20 minutes, brother, come on the show, help us, host. I'd love that, man. Much love to you too, brother. And again, shout outs to all my people in flag football that we play with that have checked in and chimed in. Love to y'all. And I have to say this as always, love them, like y'all call Miss Sandra, because that's my mom's, but she always important. She stays up at night, texting, asking questions, got jerseys and stuff. Where's Nate Bass? And mom's on it. She's like, I know DBs. I know DBs. She's on it. So shout out to moms for staying up late. And again, I want to say shout out to the super producer. She's behind the scenes, Miss Tanya. Love and support. Appreciate what you do for us. And just let's keep this thing rolling. And for those that have not chimed in yet, our faithful, tell a friend. And they might tell a friend. We want this to be big. We want this to be real big. And on a serious note, before we get on out of here, I just want to pay a little respect and show a prayer for my man in Minnesota who just lost his life.
Yes.
It's causing some more civil unrest right now in Minnesota. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota, but by my calculations, including the officer who was stabbed, that's 4. That's 4. And Minnesota got some real things going on. And, shout out to my people there that their hearts are very heavy. We share your pain. And I just want to get that out because, it may happen in Minnesota, but guess what? It's happening everywhere. It doesn't always just go, it's not always promoted and put in the media. It happens here every day. So I just pray for everybody that has a heavy heart right now to get some healing and stuff. Let sports be that ultimate outlier where you can get away. That's what we're here for. Yeah. Even if it's for an hour or two, take your mind off get some laughs, get some knowledge, and enjoy yourself. So a toast and shout out to my people in Minnesota. We love you. And we hope you guys, we hope for the best for you guys.
Well said. Well said.
Yes, sir.
So next Tuesday, well, let me back up. Tomorrow, because we got a doubleheader.
True.
Tomorrow we're gonna sit with Nick Anderson.
What?
Nick Anderson is pulling up tomorrow, boy. I can't wait. You know, the questions are lined up. They're lined up. I can't wait. This is gonna be
Hey, Chicago, Prosser, Simeon, U of I, NBA. Hey, man got a resume.
Yes, sir.
We got some conversations.
an extensive resume. And man, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be some great questions. Might be a little tension. Well, nah, because we like a million years removed from the finals. Well, let me not say anything. I'll just wait until tomorrow.
We just got through talking about the 85 Bears, man. We was like 7 or 8 years old, 10 years old. Man, come on. We ain't that far removed. So we gonna speak on it.
Well, I'm gonna save it for tomorrow.
There we go. Nick and Roll, man, you a big boy. He be all right.
And then next Tuesday, we're gonna continue with Bears, and we're gonna have Ricky Manning Jr.
Ricky Manning Jr.
Right, DB, yes sir, Fresno.
Yes.
Then he went to UCLA.
UCLA, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, he was a beast.
I'm excited.
Even though he started his career with the Panthers, we won't necessarily dwell on that too much. But he finished up here. And
hey, that's what got him here. His production at Carolina
exactly
our attention. So absolutely we're going to talk about that. Hey, football is football, baby.
Yeah, but we ain't going to dwell on the other team too much.
I ain't say dwell. We can touch.
It's still the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, my man.
Yes, sir, baby.
But, where we think we know what?
Well, we
everything.
Think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. We don't know shit. But my man J.I. with the fake sandwich, and my man JB that knows every stat from every team in the 90s, we out.
Peace.
Peace.